a darkness is spreading across our land. A corruption weaving its way into the very fabric of nature. A poison. But there is hope. Forces that work to save this beautiful landscape. Volunteers and communities standing together to stem the tide of waste and litter.
So you'll see that when you get across. But the pick today is from 10 till 12. You don't have to stay for 2 hours. It's up to you how long you stay, but have fun. Hopefully it stays dry.
My name is Jim Allen. I am a member, an admin member of West Lothian Litter Pickers. I've done a lot of travelling throughout the whole of the UK, and I do a lot of walking in the hills, and I go out on my bike. So I was very aware of litter everywhere. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go, at the side of cycle paths, out in the middle of the countryside, out on our hills. You know, you can be up the Cairngorms and you find litter there, and it's always something that's driven me nuts, to be honest with you. And I've hated it ever since I've seen it.
The scourge of litter has long been a problem in the UK, with 1,400 pieces being dropped every minute. That's almost 1 billion per year, roughly the number of stars in the Milky Way. But with council budgets diminishing, local communities have started to take things into their own hands.
I started the West Lothian Litter Pickers because I was disheartened with the amount of litter and rubbish that I see throughout West Lothian. I wanted to do something about it, and I initially searched for various groups online if anybody did anything within West Lothian. To my disappointment, there wasn't anything, so I just started my own litter picking group and I named it the West Lothian Litter Pickers.
The West Lothian Litter Pickers quickly grew to be the largest group of its kind in Scotland, and one of the biggest in the UK. Part of a greater UK-wide litter-picking community that all have one thing in common: a great loathing of litter. The impact made by these groups is undeniable. They can be found hard at work, along our roadsides and in our communities, picking up the bottles, the bags, the cups, the cans, and the other items that infest our countryside. Regularly collecting large quantities of waste that would otherwise lie untouched, possibly for decades.
On average, you will take out between 60 and 80 bags in a 2-hour pick. Our largest number we've ever taken out in one pick was 200 bags in 2 hours.
But why should we care? Litter is already costing us in more ways than one. In the UK, we spend around £845 million per year cleaning up litter and fly tipping. Studies have shown that litter also has an impact on the value of our homes, reducing them by up to 12%. But this is a small price to pay in comparison to the environmental impacts. Plastic, invented only 115 years ago, takes anywhere from 70 to 1,000 years to break down. Smaller and smaller until it's no longer visible to the naked eye. The problem of microplastics in our oceans has been well publicised in recent years, but studies have shown that these tiny particles are also being carried through the air and into our soils, into plants, eventually making their way up the food chain and into us, the consequences of which are still unknown. Though the litter pickers do a fantastic job, it would be much easier for everyone if we all just disposed of our litter correctly.
Thank you for using me.
The impressive modern technology in places such as this one, run by Leave and Seat, can sort through large quantities of waste quickly. Separating it out into valuable metals, plastics and other materials, turning waste into treasure. Generating value and jobs, part of the great circular economy, giving litter a new life. But why do the pickers give up their spare time to pick up the mess left by others?
Why do I think they join? I think they join for a host of reasons. Some of the reasons are the same as the reason why I joined, was because I was sick fed up seeing all the litter lying around. They see the difference that we make, they see the clear bags. They want to get involved for an exercise point of view. It's good for people's mental health. It's good for community spirit, especially during the lockdown. The community spirit we created was immense. It was a spirit that I've never known since I was a child. And people were coming together and communicating with each other and making friends through it. And people have heard this as they've gone along, and that's why people want to get involved.
Though littering is deeply rooted in parts of UK culture, the litter pickers work with companies and organisations to educate and come up with solutions to the problem. Their end goal? To be able to hang up their pickers and enjoy our streets and countryside litter-free.
Over recent years, it's become quite apparent that we don't look after our planet. And people like myself who just want to get something done about it. Over the years, we've relied too much where everything is done for us and we have never accepted responsibility for it. However, it's become a problem and our local councils can't deal with it. And I think there's people like myself who just want to do something, not just for the community, because I'm not picking up the litter for the person who lives next door to me, but it's for the environment. And if we don't do something, it's going to be too late.